what's going on? Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all those good places. It's Kev from Kevin's Corner, and it's the final countdown. Yeah. And what I mean by that is I am going to continue with our little series, if you will, dealing with this whole issue with these radical protesters all over the place. If you've been hanging out with me the last couple nights, you'll know that the first night we talked about this, we showed an introduction to what's going on around the country on all of these different college campuses and the lack of assertiveness when it comes down to dealing with it or addressing it. But then last night, I switched it up and didn't think that it would take so long, but I focused on all of the warnings that we had way before this type of activity started taking place in our country. And yet, for some reason, people think that fat meat didn't have grease. They like, don't worry about it. I can eat all the pork I want. Don't worry if my toes start tingling in the middle of the night. It's just probably I slept the wrong way. No, fat meat really does have grease. And so we got onto that, and it got good last night. It got good. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to finish the conclusion. One, because I spent a lot of time expounding upon all of those video clips that was focusing on the warning that we had that communism, tyranny, fascism, all of the things that we say, these are problems. These aren't the type of governments that, we want in our country. All right. All of those things. I needed to expound upon it because it was rich. It was good stuff. As we was listening to it, I'm like, man, these dudes are on point. But why didn't somebody take note? Why didn't somebody along the way start to say, yo, this is starting to happen? I'm able to see this happening right before my eyeballs. It's like we're watching a prophecy being fulfilled. As we went back and watched some of those clips, you're able to insert stuff that we see going on right now, right into it. Like that's happening right there. Look right there. See what he said? See what he said? This is what's happening right here. The same thing. You see that? You see that? And so I had clips after that to show that these people who said that this was happening and how it would happen, yeah, they were right. They were dead on. So tonight, we want to go ahead and check our work, see how accurate those people who gave us warnings about all the chaos that we see taking place in the United States and on these college campuses. We want to see how accurate they are. Because see, if these were biblical prophets, if they weren't accurate, then they would be killed. See, back in the Bible days, if somebody come out and say, "Thus saith the Lord, God has told me," and come to find out you weren't telling the truth, or that prophecy didn't come to pass, oh, you was in trouble, man. Folks would throw mud on you. But these folks, they said all of this stuff would happen if we didn't watch out and guard it, and it happened. So we're going to get into that tonight as we close out this little series where we're going to focus now on the useful idiots. So the last person that we were hearing from was Yuri. I forget I can never pronounce his last name. But anyway, if you watched the show last night, he was talking about how once you get these radicalized folks to a certain degree, there's no coming back from it. These folks are allowing themselves to be used to destabilize our country, and they have no idea. Now, how would you feel if you were a useful idiot only to wake up and find out that all of the anger, I mean, you know how many nights you could have been spinning out, kicking it on the dance floor, but nope, you're down there going, "Free Palestine." How many days you could have been having a little ice cream cone, talking to some little cutie, but nope, you're down there like going, "Shame, shame, shame." Yeah, all of the stuff you could have been doing, building stuff, working on stuff, making a real difference, but you spent your time out there in some type of tent posted up for nothing. There you go. So you would have to conclude that I'm an idiot. It's almost good that some of these people will end as a useful idiot and never come to the revelation that, yeah, it was all for nothing. I was a radical for nothing. Yeah, that would be a hard pill to swallow, because the worst thing to do is commit about 10 years of your life to being a professional victim, protester, mad for nothing. And then you realize I just wasted 10 years. And the people who had me running around mad for nothing are laughing. I helped them, have their way, gain everything that they needed to gain. And what did they do? Cast me aside. Cast me aside. So maybe being ignorant is best. And maybe just going, you know what, I have no idea that I was a useful idiot, So it's good to know that, boy, I'm not a sheep. I'm so glad I'm no useful idiot. I'm so glad for whatever reason I was given the grace to have enough common sense to see what's going on. But there's so many who don't. And we're about to see some of those examples in a second. But first, please text MAGA to this number 330-974-4607. So this way, if they don't like what Kev is saying and they unexist me, you'll be able to receive a text message from me somehow. And I'll have a database of all my friends who really love Kev. And we can go somewhere else and have fun. And also, don't forget, if you want to help out the channel, there is a link below this video. I got PayPal, Cash App. You can go ahead and support the channel that way. Now, let me get loose on this Saturday. Yeah. I surprised y'all. Yeah, y'all was like, wait a minute, Kev, I ain't going to see Kev until Monday. But not this time. Don't put me in a box. Real bold love. Real bold love. Real bold love. There's some kings in the building. Gorillas in here, gorillas in here, gorillas in here, gorillas in here. Yeah, man, don't forget, I got Kevin's Corner Store. It's right there. It's right there. All you got to do is click on the link, go up in that bad boy, and start the shopping. That's all you got to do. Now, hit that like button as we get into it. We're going to jump right in because last night, like I said, if you didn't see last night's show, please do yourself a favor, go back, and you will see some wonderful examples of people from the past, saying, yo, man, y'all are heading for some problems, cruising for abusing. I should have forgot to turn my phone off. But anyway, so go back and see that video first, okay? If you haven't, please do it. It's worth the watch. But now we're at the point where we can check their work and see if these are useful idiots running around the country doing this. So let's get into it, starting off with what?
Cam and I went to Sables and bought the same wristbands as the anti-Semites so that we could sneak into their camp.
Uh-oh. So somebody that infiltrated the useful idiots? He's like, all right, I'm going in undercover. I'm going to pretend to be dumb liberal. Hey, guys, that's right. The injustice of the indigenous people, I'm here for that. And the patriarchal system. Wait a minute. Someone go get me some purple stuff to put on my bald head because I want to make sure they think that I'm a legitimate liberal. So this guy has gotten a wristband to sneak in and pretend that he's one of the little teeny terrorists in training on those campuses.
And woo, child, the ghetto. First of all, they had gender-neutral buckets to urinate and poop in.
So not only are they useful idiots, they're just plain idiots. They're plain idiots. Yuri last night during the show said they can no longer come to sensible conclusions. Now, if I go in undercover and I go in there like, all right, so here we are in the tent. Hey, anybody have any idea what we do when, we got to use the bathroom? That's great that you asked. Okay, we want to make sure we're considerate of everyone's genderality and all that stuff. So we have little buckets over here. They're gender neutral. They're gender neutral. Men and women can pee in them. I would be ready to go ahead and start tearing up the whole tent. But remember, I'm undercover. So I got to pretend that that's a good thing. Oh, what wonderful. You guys thought of everything. These people are crazy. So he went in and found out that they got gender neutral buckets to pee in, guys, and poop in.
The whole place smelled like musty terrorists and but
musty terrorists and shite. Boy, that's a bad combination. Terrorism and shite. Musty terrorism. What else you see, brother?
The fact that they were forcing out conversation in journalists makes it clear that they don't have the answers to explain why they're there.
Of course not, because useful idiots just do stupid stuff without asking. That's why they're useful idiots. See, that is why all during Trump's presidency, as we watch people go out in the middle of the street, scream, go out and protest, talking about our rights are being rolled back, and notice they do more yelling than explaining, but yet they're trying to get you to jump on board with the cause. Soon as you stick a mic in their face, they're just keeping the yelling, shame, shame, shame. Why are you here? Shame, shame, shame. Some of them just scream, yeah, just annoying you. Don't have an answer for nothing. You stick the mic in their face, and when they do try to explain it, they don't know what they're talking about. And just rip off a couple of statements that is on some cards or something they heard on the internet. And then when you ask them to elaborate, they're like, you know what? You're a white nationalist. Get out of here. So they don't want journalists in there. And I'm pretty sure they're coached by whoever is using these useful idiots. Don't take questions from the press. If the press asks you, why are you here? Either say this and that's it. No follow-ups. Because we want you ignorant to why you're there too. See, we want you just believing somebody is suffering injustice, and I don't care who it is. I don't want to know about the details of it. I don't want to explore it, use common sense, get to the bottom of it, have a reasonable view of it. I just want to come in here and support whoever says they're the victim. There it is. So they kicked the journalists out. Now, I would think if you want to convince people of what's going on and why you're there protesting, you should have a reasonable explanation, right? You should be inviting all of the journalists in so you could tell them what's going on.
I was overhearing the most racist conversations about white people just in general.
Oh, but there's no attack on white people, right? There's two groups of people that is open season on. Christians and white people right about now. So all of these open-minded, inclusive liberals probably sitting in the tents talking about white people is the source of all of the problems that's going on. The imperialistic white man, as the black dude Undercover was sitting in there going, yeah, those white people they're problematic. You know what? I was just wondering, though, how did you get around that? Because you're a white liberal. It's because I'm conscious of it. I'm aware of the problem of my whiteness. That's why I'm not thrown in the same category as these racist white nationalists. There you go. That makes kind of sense to me. Kind of sense. Now, any reasonable person sitting in there would be going, you're a self-loathing person. You have no idea that you're white, and there would be no excuse for your whiteness if you were drug over to Palestine. They would not say, well, you're not like other white people. You're not the white devil. You're the white little imp. Now, big devils, little imps. We forgive you. Them infidels, we need to behead, but not you. They would all be beheaded. That's how ignorant and stupid these young folks are. It kills me when white liberals try to throw off on white people and sit back and try to get some type of clout by, one, making themselves look horrible. And just as a white man, I don't know what I'm talking about. I realize that my whiteness blinds me to all of the injustice and stuff like that. And you know what? I apologize for all of the things that took place in history that I wasn't responsible for and I didn't commit. Is there any black person out there that I can kiss your feet? Or maybe you might want to flog me and for all of the atrocities? No? Okay. Well, I just want you to know I'm standing in solidarity with you guys. Power to the people. And all the rest of the white people are guilty of all that stuff. It's so asinine. It's ridiculous. It's fascinating to watch. It's fascinating to watch. You're going, wow, how did you become that stupid? I didn't know stupidity went that deep.
These people are literally BLM rebranded and more extreme. I even overheard one girl say that my mom told me that I looked like an Antifa member, and I told her that was the greatest compliment you've ever given me.
Now look at these people. Look at these people. Taking folks' hats off. Harassing white folks, got your face covered. You know what this looks like? Terrorists. That's what that looks like. Terrorist. But yet, it is conservatives, Trump supporters, and stuff is the greatest threat to the homeland. Where are the MAGA hat wearers that be harassing innocent people walking the streets? I've seen a lot of MAGA hats snatched off. I've seen that, even off little kids. But now all of these radicalized folks that was doing the same thing when it was the George Floyd riots and Antifa and Black Lives Matter. It just seemed like they just took off one uni and put another uni on. And now there they are. Now, if that white man was to see, and they all are skinny and weak. That's the funny part about it. These are weak, soft core, not built tough, young adults. They're stupid. That's why they don't go do this to bikers. They don't go into real hardcore environments. They don't go into a fat country club. It's a country bar or something there, and they're like, mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Rip! They come in there talking about we're here to free Palestinian justice and start grabbing those cowboy hats off. And I want to see them do that. So they pick folks who they can tell that this person's a victim. He's not going to be able to fight back. He's all by himself. He just want to get to where he's going. And now these skinny little folks with their faces covered are trying to harass him and take his hat off. Where's Joe Biden? Where are the Democrats coming out to condemn this? I want to see them pick the biggest, angriest looking black man that you could find and walk through there and see if they snatch his hat off his head. Even the biggest UFC fighter. I want them to pick a hardcore dude going up talking about, give me your hat, and see what happens.
Oh my God. These people don't realize how deeply on the wrong side of history they are. But everything in the dark comes to the light. And you can't hide the truth from me, anti-Semites, because I'll come over again and again.
And again and again. I laugh at it. Yeah, man. Yeah, they are on the wrong side of history. They don't realize that if this wasn't the 30s, they would be the brown shirts. They don't even realize it. That's why they cover their faces. Because maybe, just maybe, one day, they'll get older and be like, wow, I was an anti-Semite. I can't believe that. I would have been right in the mix with the whole Hail Hitler crew. I'd have been right in the mix. No idea. So yeah, y'all better keep your faces covered. Dang on it. But they know who they can do that too. They know who they pick and choose carefully. They pick and choose very carefully where they protest and who they attack when they're protesting. They don't go into areas where it is nothing but knockout time. Yeah, they're not going into the areas where they're going to get resistance. They don't go into conservative areas or rural areas. They pick areas where they know prosecutors are compromised, as we heard last night on my show, where those folks were warning America that our justice system would be compromised. Yes, they will infiltrate us through our government, our politicians, our leaders, and then they'll set the conditions for folks like this to get away with this kind of crap. Yeah, y'all, don't worry. We got you covered. Show up at Yale, show up at Harvard, show up in DC, show up in this state, because we got a lot of prosecutors that if you do get in trouble, they'll just go ahead and slap your wrist and let you out. Yeah, we got a governor or a mayor up there that's going to tell the police to relax, stand down, let it happen. Yeah, they don't send these folks into areas where it's nothing but fisticuffs happening. And these people, even though they're nuts, they're not crazy enough to go up in certain environments talking about stuff. Free Palestine. Nah, man, not here. We ain't having that. Y'all better go on now. We don't need to call the police. We are the police.
Welcome to the Harvard Liberated Zone.
What's this?
In our Gaza Solidarity Campus.
Oh, God. There we go. Another use-fell idiot. He done went out and got him some crayons or some Sharpies. Got him some scrolls. He got him some scrolls. And he wrote some big letters about their demands. Now, do you understand? These seem like kids playing some make-believe stuff right here. That's what it seemed like. I cannot believe these are young adults in college and they're doing this. Do they not realize how silly this looks? Like a kid who done built a cardboard house and they thought, Mom, you can't come in. This is the castle. And on the front of the door, I wrote that the dragons can't come into the castle and there's a moat. Well, honey, that's not a moat. That's just confetti that you put outside. It's a moat. Okay, it's a moat. I won't come into your castle. Oh, well, do you need to eat? I'll tell you when to eat. I'll lower down the door and then you can put the food in. Okay, because I got to defend the castle from all of that. That is like these people right here, but they're adults. So let's hear this man up here telling us about this new little community that they've established on campus.
This is our list of demands.
Yep.
Inside of our...
Yeah, you see him? You see him drawing stuff? You see them guys? They got art class. They're up there singing chants. And this guy, I guess he's the tour guide. Don't y'all want to go visit this place? Don't y'all want to go? This is their little promotional video. They're advertising. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. All right. Let me get the theme song. Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah. Instead of chanting, doom doo, won't you take me to doom doo, crazy town? Doom doo, won't you take me to doom doo, crazy town? So now here we are, a real live crazy town, y'all. Let's finish hearing from our tour guide.
Our encampment, we have various sections, such as our art build, such as our reading center.
Oh, look at the library. Look at the library they got there. The reading center. There we got arts and crafts. We got the reading center with like 8 books. Even though our little make believe, our little make believe city is sitting right in the midst of a college courtyard where there's libraries all around us. So if we really get bored with our little make believe library, we could come right out of our tents and walk right over into the real library and see some real stuff, okay? So everybody know that? Okay. So let's finish here.
Lift the consciousness around Palestine.
Oh, did you see the baby Yoda? Now I'm gonna tell you right now. Our tour guide right here needs some bass in the voice. He needs some bass in the voice. Come on. The bass in the voice. He needs some bass in the voice. Come on. Somebody done stole his voice box. Somebody done stole his bass box. That dude's walking around sounding like a Tweety bird. And over here is our library. And if you look right here, you'll see.
Our encampment, we also have numerous events, including teach-ins on Pan-African Palestinian solidarity.
That we know nothing about. Teachings on Pan-Africa, bisexual, gender-neutral, indigenous people from Africa, and all over the types of places. And it's all black and white videos that we don't know anything about. And we're going to make stuff up as we watch them. And there's people sitting there watching this mess, thinking that they're learning stuff that they can apply in real life. All right, I'm conscious now. I learned about some black and white videos of, I guess, indigenous people back in, I don't know, somebody from Africa. Anyway, I want to learn about all the victims down throughout history. Okay, so now I can commit the rest of my life to being mad and trying to account and make up for all the atrocities that ever took place. These people are damaged goods. I mean, in a sense, this mind virus has robbed them of their life, their future, because this has become their life. They're going to suffer from effects internally, psychologically, emotionally, that they're never going to recover from. They're going to be operating almost like a child for the rest of their life, still chasing their tail. And it's sad because we see examples of this when we see older people out there with them. And I'm like, wow, you've been in the game about 30 years at least. You all grayed out, still got purple and orange stuff in your hair. And you're like 60, out there trying to run with all these young fools. You never came up out of it. It's in the bone. You never recovered from the daisy age, the 60s. You hung on to it. You was out there at Berkeley, probably. That's right. Now Vietnam's over. What else can we go and get mad over? You know what? I'm going to find something. Oh, wait. They're bringing back the band, guys. Here I am at 45. And they're finally starting to become conscious again. We're back in business. Nobody got rid of the purple and orange in their hair, did they? No? Okay, good. We're still good. And you watching these people going, man, you're a grown man. You should be getting Social Security or whatever. And you're out here protesting, sounding like a crazy person who just got out the psych ward. And these kids, 30 years from now, probably 90% of them will be just that. And there will be some that will snap out of this and say, boy, was I dumb. Thank goodness. Thank goodness somebody shook me up out of that mess. But a lot of them is not going to recover because this is what they're pumping their heads with. What does all this mean? All this stuff he's trying to sound deep, and over here is where we can learn about this. What is that going to do? What is that?
E101s, explaining the importance and the significance of DUPKIP, of Palestinian defense, launching the Harvard Liberated Zone. We have
the Harvard Liberated Zone. What we need to liberate is some bass in your voice. We need some bass in the voice. Come on. Oh, the bass in the voice. We need to liberate some bass in your voice. That bass is being suppressed. Dang on it. That's what we need to liberate. The bass is down there like, oh man, he done boxed me up. I want out. I want to go ahead and let everybody know that some testosterone lives down here, but not him. He got it suppressed.
No, you shut up, bass. I want nothing but treble. Yeah, coming right out of my nostrils.
So let's continue.
Actually expanded our tents to
Oh man, holy moly. Where's this guy's parents? When are they gonna come pick him up? Oh gosh. They're gonna pull up. All right, playtime's over, Junior. It's time to come home.
Wait a minute, I'm not finished with my presentation, Mom.
Get in the car.
Mom, I'm playing with my friends.
That's what they all seem like right there. Seem like a whole bunch of grown-ups that still children in their heads down there playing with their friends. Now you play with your friends long enough in your pretend tents and your fake libraries and stuff and your little reel-to-reels that you're showing. It's time to come home and eat dinner.
Okay, can I come back tomorrow morning?
Absolutely, Junior. Absolutely. Get in the car. That is either happening or the other one is, hey man, get your tail in the car. I can't believe you down here pushing this mess. What's wrong with you? You crazy? You think we raised you for this nonsense? Somebody go get me a golf stick to start tearing these tents down. Got my son down here looking crazy. And what happened to your base that I gave you? Did you give your base away, boy? Now get in the car.
occupy 3 additional sections of Harvard Yard. Our movement is going to be growing.
Our movement is going to be growing.
Who wants to be a part of this movement? Useful idiots, y'all. Who's watching this little promotional video going, oh man, this is interesting. I like what I'm seeing here. Hey, hon, come here for a second. You ever thought about visiting this place right here? You know what? It's growing. We might want to get in on it in the early stages. You know what I'm saying? We might want to be a part of this when it's just in the beginning stages, because when it blows up, then we'll be sitting on top. We'll be one of the leaders of this imaginary village or whatever it is that's on that campus. And whoever runs that campus is letting them play pretend and imagination and all that stuff right there in the middle. Nobody's coming out and saying, you guys are very creative in your imagination here. We encourage creativity and all, but don't you think you're gone a little too far? How long do you think this little camp's going to last? What is your end game? See, you know what would be funny? If everyone just stopped paying attention to them and ignored them. Let's see how long that they would hold on to this facade, this imagination right there. If you just walk past, oh, over there, that's just the homeless camp. Let's keep moving. Yeah, just walk right past them, go around them. You know what I'm saying? They'll eventually come out. They'll eventually start coming out of those tents like what? There's no more cameras. There's no more controversy. No other people that are crazy are starting to want to sleep outside every single night and spend time in our little makeshift library. So we're the only crazy ones. We've been doing this for 3 months now. 3 months now. Okay, some people are starting to get a little weary. Start saying, maybe we should go back to mom's house. That's what would happen. I would walk past them like they were all crazy people. There you go. Yeah, that's the crazy camp. I might even do promotional videos doing tours to see Crazy Town. I would counter tour this guy with no bass in the voice. Starting off with coming in with bass in the voice. That's what I would do. The opposite of that. I come in there like, all right, everybody listen up. You're listening to bass in the voice. Contrary to no bass in the voice. Over here is Crazy Town. As you can see, they have crayons and markers, and they've been writing little messages on the paper right there, and they sleep inside these little tents. There you go. For the most part, they just chant and talk about the indigenous people and all the atrocities that none of them lived through. Please do not touch them. You don't want craziness to get on you. Okay? All right. Let's continue with the tour. Crazy Town. That's what it is.
And we will continue.
Oh, you see that? To the river, to the sea. Yeah, to the river, to the sea. I wonder what that means. These college students right here are so inclusive, open-minded. But on one of their little sheets of paper, they managed to write to the river, to the sea.
To be as visible as possible, to make sure that Palestine is unavoidable, and to ensure that our demands for disclosure, divestment, and dropping all charges against pro-Palestine students are met.
And to make sure our demands
It sound like terrorists to me. So they're chanting to the river, to the sea. They're writing that stuff out there. And the little tour guide with no base is talking about demands. Yeah, demands are met. That our demands are met. Who do they think they are? They really are delusional. After this, I would kick them out just based on the fact that something got to be wrong with you if you think this is rational. I would be a college professor or dean that would be saying, we can't have people like this in our college. And we're saying we are a highly academic environment. People who have higher thinking don't do this stuff. This is making us look crazy. It's making us look bad. Are these actual students? So these aren't just folks that's just sneaking on talking? And this is what they concluded is going to be productive. How they're going to get their way? And wait, let me get this straight. They have demands. All right, send this message back to them. I will send you all a knuckle sandwich and hard times. And just for safekeepings, 1 foot up your butt. Please leave immediately, or all these things will be delivered ASAP. Signed, sane, rational, hardcore, bass in the voice, Dean Kevin. Send that to him. That's what I would send to him. Talking about some art debates. But wait a minute. We got us another useful idiot right here. Yeah, she's one of the leaders, so she's allowed to come out and talk. See, the other ones, they just want to scream and yell and just act up. They don't want them. But she's the designated leader. So let's hear her and what she got to say about this.
Protesters have voiced their intention to remain at Hind Hall until Colombia concedes to Quad's 3 demands, which are divestment, financial transparency, and amnesty.
Wow. So now, I guess she wants to sit on the board at the college, look into the books, all right. I want to see where the finances are and who's given to the university, because we can't have Jew money. We can't have Jew money. So we want you to sever all your ties with the Jews. We want to make sure your divestments. Who does she think she is? I mean, what was she expecting when she came to college? Yeah, how about you get your degree and get out of there and go open up your own business, your own university or whatever. But here you are. You chose to go to that university. And here you are trying to change the rules of the university. And the second thing is, what are you talking about? This is a college. You're acting as if this is the U.S. government that can negotiate and talk to Palestine and Israel and all of that. Like they got some play in this. All right, I tell you what, college students, we get the point. Let us make some phone calls to BB. Hello. Yes, who is this? This is the dean of Crazy Town. Yes, what do you want? Well, we want you guys to cease fire and hello? Hello? Is this BB? What happened? That's what happened. So what are they doing? They're trying to treat the college as if they're the U.S. government. So now she's throwing out her demands because she's crazy.
Resistance is justified in the movement for liberation.
What liberation are you talking about? Resistance is justified. So meaning we could do whatever we want. We can sit back and resist the campus rules, the demands, the police saying, hey, y'all got to go. Yeah, it's justified. It's justified. Why again, crazy girl? Let's see. What is our justification?
This is justified in the movement for liberation.
What liberation are we talking about? You're liberated. You're liberated. You're choosing to go ahead and box yourself in on campus. You put yourself in timeout, and then you're talking about now we get to resist you guys trying to get us out of timeout that we put ourselves in. And then there's the liberation is just, and I'm saying, bona fide crazy, useful idiot. Or are you talking about liberation of Palestine that the university have nothing to do with? Maybe you should set up your little camps on the lawn of the White House or right out in front of the White House. They're wondering, as the college campus, last week checked, we were sitting here providing an education or indoctrination. That's what we thought we were doing. We didn't know we had that type of pull with Palestine and Israel. But here she is talking about resistance is justified because of liberation.
Liberators acting in solidarity with Palestine continue to hold themselves to a higher standard than Colombia. I cannot stress this enough, a higher standard than Colombia.
What the heck does that mean? See, this is what I mean, y'all. I mean, how can you take them seriously? So liberators of state, I don't even know what all that means. So she's trying to say what? The Colombia, for whatever reason, has something to do with what's taking place in Palestine? I mean, what do you want Colombia to do? That would be my question to her. What do you want the university to do? And how are they involved in this? Or is that all in your crazy mind? So Yuri, who was on my show last night, they would no longer be able to come to sensible conclusions. There's your useful idiot right there. No longer able to come to a sensible conclusion. Let's hear some more from this useful idiot.
This university has repeatedly endangered its students by instituting a police state with military style.
Listen to the terminology. Listen to the terminology she's using. Not even aware that they chose to put themselves in this situation. Now it's the university creating a police state, just like back in Nazi Germany, just like a real dictatorship would do. Only in real life, the government and the folks using you useful idiots would do that. As you're talking about, it's the university created a police state and putting our lives in danger. Putting our lives in danger because y'all won't let us have our way and play make-believe on campus and harass Jews and stop people from going to class. So now all of a sudden you're implementing a police state, and we're going to use that term because we're trying to make it seem a lot more deeper and stuff like that, more political. And all it is a bunch of kids just playing games and using their imagination. That's what it really is. So we're going to believe it's a police state now.
Checkpoints, repressing and isolating students on campus.
Isolating students on campus. As these folks, you know what? Let me try to get through this, man. It's hard, but it's funny too at the same time.
Calling armed riot cops for the largest mass arrests on campus since 1968.
Good. Should have been larger. If they would have squashed this mess the first night, it wouldn't even be a problem. Yeah. So the largest arrest since 1980 that we brought on ourselves, as we resisted the police, as all of the demands that they gave us, like commands, like, look, man, we need y'all to leave. Look, man, the university said y'all can't be. What do you want us to do with these people? Give them a little more time. All right, tell us when you want us to get them out of here. All right, come on, guys, just leave. No, we're not leaving. All right, we own this place in this area right now, and you must stand with us in solidarity and come out and condemn Israel and then tell Bibi Netanyahu that he needs to do a ceasefire. We can't do that. We're a university. Look, okay, we'll let you play a little longer in your tents and your playhouses, okay? But then you got to stop, okay? No! You guys are cute. Hey, listen, we're going to give you to 12 o'clock, okay? And then we're going to have these people take you away to some type of padded room, okay? And we'll see. Yeah, we planted our flag right here, and we're not leaving. 12 o'clock come. What do you want us to do? I mean, you want us to go get them out of here? Look, they're special. They're special. Just try to get, maybe y'all can just like intimidate them and they might leave on their own. Okay, we'll give it a try. All right, now they told us to let you guys go. You gotta go. You gotta go. No, what you know what? This is a police state. Oh, don't touch me. Oh God, I'm down. Look at this abuse. Then they go back to the police. Look, they're still not leaving. What you want us to give them more time? See, that's the problem. All of this, letting them play house, letting them play imaginary capture the flag and all of that stuff for about 3 days. See, at some point you say, pack up your toys and go to bed. Enough playtime. But nope, now all of a sudden she thinks this is real life.
And weaponizing food insecurity and houselessness.
Weaponizing food insecurity. Oh, God. Man, I pity this girl, man. I pity the fool who is a fool. That's all I can say. I pity this fool for being a fool. This little knucklehead out there talking about weaponizing food and houselessness that we chose. That we chose to forsake. So let me get this straight. You choose to leave your dorm room and go spend the night outside with tents. But they're weaponizing it. They're like, no, we're not. You could go back in your room. We're asking you guys to pack up your playhouses and go back into the dorms.
No, we want to stay out here in the middle of the campus and blame you guys for weaponizing houselessness and food. Well, we're not weaponizing foodlessness. There's a cafeteria over here that you used to eat at about 3 or 4 days ago. Yeah, you paid for it. It's in the but now you're choosing to go on a hunger strike, talking about that's too far away and I don't want to eat the white man's food or the. So you're going to sit here and starve yourself and blame us? So let's finish hearing some more of her imagination.
In order to escalate and use as leverage in negotiations.
There you go. All of that these people put themselves in now has been weaponized in order to negotiate. So they're sending in master negotiators with them. All right. I'm here. Name is Johnson. I'm a masterful negotiator. So how long have the terrorists been occupying this area? For 3 days. 3 days. 3 days? Okay. What are their demands? They want food and they want shelter. Well, they have food and shelter. It's all around them. Yes, but in their minds, there's no food and shelter. Okay. All right. So they're all crazy? Yes. Okay. I'm going in. Okay. This is the master negotiator. I'm here to negotiate your surrender. Yes, we hear that you want food and you want shelter. Is that correct?
Yes.
Good, good. Okay, we're going to send in some billy clubs and a whole bunch of hardcore police officers. That's all we can do for you right now. So brace for impact. There you go. Problem solved. The negotiations is over. That's what should happen. But here she's talking about food and shelter.
Colombia has forced protesters to escalate by contributing to a genocide while refusing to follow the baseline standards of conduct that make negotiations possible.
How in the world? I mean, they could no longer come to sensible conclusions. That is why, once they finish destabilizing the whole country, you think this person that is irrational and crazy is going to be sitting at the table? You think that once our society collapses and we go into communism or dictatorship, they're going to be, all right, now go find a girl who spoke so eloquently and intelligently during the occupation of Columbia's campus. Bring her in. Let's get her input. As she sits back and says the dumbest things right there. Hold on, what did she just say?
Colombia has forced protesters to escalate by contributing to a genocide while...
Contributing to a genocide. Colombia, the university, is contributing to a genocide. What genocide is she referring to? Oh, I forgot. The slow motion genocide. The one that everybody said Israel's committing. And I'm thinking, well, what's taking so long when you got the power to completely blow all the people off the map? So the slow motion genocide, the one, there you go. So here she is. Colombia somehow is, contributing to that.
While refusing to follow the baseline standards of conduct that make negotiations possible.
Do you understand the arrogance of these fools, but yet the delusion? Yeah, y'all refuse to follow the basic standards of conduct. According to who? I thought when you join a university, you look at their conduct, their rules. Their rules. Man, she has wasted her money or her parents. Her parents should be furious right about now. Going, okay, we just wasted about 30, 40. I mean, is it too late to get our money back? How many years has she been in there? So we're like 60 G's in the hole for this. We paid 60, maybe 90 G's for our daughter to be here for talking about they refuse to adhere to the basic standards that we just came up with. And also, negotiations that we have no leverage to negotiate. Oh, boy.
Why should the university be obligated to provide food to people who've taken over a building?
That's a good question. What are you talking about? You go ahead, take over the building and say, now we want some food for this. Now, this goes to show that they're kids in their mind. This goes to show that these are all simple, childlike kids that are being used by adults who know better. Because a kid, in my little imaginary story that I was talking about earlier, where the kid sets up a little cardboard box and says it's a castle. Yeah, and this is my castle, Mom. You can't come in. And I'm not coming out because there's a dragon out there. And then, of course, you got to climb up the moat and then and all of that stuff. But forget that they got to pee. Forget that, I'm a tough guy defending my castle, but I need to eat. And the person out there that I said can't come in
provides my food. So now I got to humble myself and lower down my drawbridge and ask for food. There you go. No, Mom, you can't come in. I declared this here land belongs to little Timmy. But I'm hungry. Do you have some graham crackers you could give me? That's what it sounds like. So now all your toughness and your demands doesn't seem so tough anymore. I'm going, so wait a minute. Real terrorists understand we better bring a lunch. There's no way you're going to be sitting there, hello, this is Al-Qaeda. We have taken over this building. We will not negotiate unless you release everybody on our list. But first we need graham crackers and we need water. And we ask that you allow us to go to the bathroom every 15 or 20 minutes without doing anything to us. That is our demands for now. We'll be back in touch. They don't negotiate like that. They understand that there'll be no snacks sent in to you. But here she is. We want snacks.
Well, first of all, we're saying that they're obligated to provide food to students who pay for a meal plan here.
Oh yeah, there you go. Well, that's a simple fix. Come out your little pretend house and walk about 25 feet to the mess hall right there and eat. There you go. Oh, you want us to bring it to you? Oh, well, no, that's not how it works. Yeah, we're going to make you have to confront reality. That this is a fictionary world you just created, and that's not a real city or village. And you will hit that reality when you got to come out and walk over to eat. That's when you go, time out. Okay, this time out for a second. Okay, we're going to pause our little crazy fictional thing right here because I got to go and eat real quick. But when I come back, we're dead serious. Now we're back to being hardcore demanding terrorists that will take no for an answer until we got to eat and pee. Man, I would sit back and be cracking up at these kids. No, I'd be like, no, let them stay. Let them stay just a little longer. I want to see the part where they have to come out and eat. Everybody, get the cameras ready. I see one of them peeking out. How much you want to bet that the fat kid breaks first? Okay, I think the little fat one right there, he's already looking weak. He's looking weak. I got $5 on the fat one. He's going to be the first one that breaks. Sneaking out in the middle of the night, looking out from under those tents. Like, okay, I'm going to make a run for the mess hall right now. Oh, boy. The kids, they're crazy.
You mentioned that there was a request that food and water be brought in, unless I misunderstood.
To allow it to be brought in. I mean, well, I guess it's ultimately a question of what kind of community and obligation Columbia feels it has to its students.
Oh!
You don't know what you're talking about, do you?
No, she doesn't, Anton. No, she doesn't. Oh, food and water brought in. I mean, it depends on how the Columbia, the commitment, the mess hall that they... She doesn't know what she's talking about, does she? Absolutely. One simple question got her looking even dumber than she is. So now she got to explain why they are demanding that food and water be allowed to be brought in, that nobody's stopping. Nobody's preventing you from leaving to go get food and water. You can always make an adjustment, suspend your imagination, and send somebody to go over and collect the food and water. I mean, what's stopping you guys? I mean, it's not like they're going to arrest you if you walk out from your camp, your little tent, and go down to the store and buy some water and some food. All right, they're coming out. They're coming out. We got one right now on the move. All right, they're set up a perimeter. We're going to take them. Take them! They're looking at you guys as kids and dummies. So when you come out to go get food, they're going to be going good. Maybe they'll stay out. We've been asking them to leave in the first place. But she's so dumb. She's looking at this like a real serious hostage situation. Here's our demands. We want food and water brought into us.
Do you want students to die of dehydration and starvation, or
die of dehydration? So you're telling me you'd rather stay in those tents playing make-believe long enough to where you starve or die of hunger, dehydration. You're choosing to sit in the make-believe city and talk about some, man, I sure am starving. I wish they'd let water come in here. Well, they will. Or you could just say, all right, I quit. I'm coming out to go get a swig. But here she is right there. In her mind, she's in the Middle East somewhere. In her mind, she's in Palestine. All right? Yeah, and the university's Israel. They're Israel. And they won't let the supplies come in. See, they're running through this in their mind like they're the victims. They're the Palestinians right now. And we want food and water brought in here. And we don't want you Columbia University stopping us. We don't want that. Seizing our food and water coming in.
Get severely ill, even if they disagree with you. If the answer is no, then you should allow basic, it's crazy to say because we're on an Ivy League campus, but this is like basic human.
It's crazy to believe that you're on an Ivy League campus and playing make-believe in the middle of the courtyard for days. It's crazy to believe that they're allowing you guys to play make-believe in the middle of the courtyard and make their university look like one big romper room. That's what it looks like. I'm going, man, I thought this was higher learning. Boy, I tell you, hear this person talking about they might starve to death right out in civilization with food and water all around them.
Humanitarian aid we're asking for, like, could people please have a glass of water?
Could people please have a glass of water? Oh boy, could no longer come to sensible conclusions. So in her mind, this is that scenario that the Palestinians are in. That's how she sees this, man. And I bet you if you could look through her eyes, she would see buildings that have been blown up, see bodies laying all around in her fictional matrix view. That's how she sees this. Talking about won't let water come in and this and that. If I was the guy asking the question, I'd be, here you go right here. I got a bottle of water right there. Here, you can have this one. No, I don't want it. I want to be the victim. I want to pretend like you guys are starving us out and won't let us drink stuff. It's not a part of my imagination right here. You're messing it all up by trying to give me water. It's unreal.
They did put themselves in that.
Y'all did put yourself
very
in
deliberately in that situation, in that position.
So how do you explain that,
like
Mrs. Tough protester? Yeah, you guys put yourselves right in that. So how do you explain that?
We want to be revolutionaries. We want to take over this building.
Yeah, y'all want to be
now we can please bring us food and water.
Nobody's asking them to bring anything. We're asking them to not violently stop us from bringing.
Not violently stop us from. So it went from bring us the water and the food to nobody's asking y'all to bring us. Now just don't violently stop us from bringing it in ourselves.
Bringing in basic humanitarian aid.
And nobody was doing that. At that point, nobody was doing it. And if you watch the continuation of that, she had to admit, well, as of now, nobody has done that, but still, we're anticipating that happening. So I'm just going to come out here and make a stupid statement to show that I'm a useful idiot. Here's another one.
It sounds like you've been familiar with the issue of Palestine before October 7th. When did you first start learning about Palestine? And when was that?
Yeah, so not too much. I came up in the New York City public school system.
Oh, God. Okay, there we go. Right off grip. Yeah, blur the face out because she's probably under 18. But as soon as she said, system, I'm like, oh, we got us a live one. Yeah, you talk with the inflectuation at the end of your statement. Every statement sounds like a question. So now I already know we're in trouble. We're in for a ride.
I think it was in high school I had a teacher. Who, told us, my background, I'm black and white, so I grew up in a very more of like American-based African diaspora conversations. So I think it was in high school we started talking about how Israel was given like, the and that sort of thing, and I had a teacher who was like, yeah, I don't think there can be much sympathy for their position now given
So your teacher has contributed to making you look stupid right here, trying to explain while you're down there supporting something you know nothing about. Yeah, all it takes is one person who's playing the role of a teacher that is really playing the role of someone indoctrinating our kids. First things first, the teacher should say, let's work on your diction. You don't want to sound like everything you say is a question. Okay, let's bring that down before we can go any further. Or else your teacher's going to go and run and jump out the window. Because I can't take that. I can't take that all day. So let's finish listening to her.
The mass violence they've incited on the Palestinian people. And I think that was the first time an educator had ever said that. That was my junior year
How do you get this?
At a high school in the Bronx. And yeah, ever since, I grew up on Obama. I went to his inaugurations, big Democratic household, and I had no idea that he was responsible, dropped more drone bombs and whatnot in the Middle East. And
just an open vessel for any type of garbage dumped into her head. If I was her parents, dad or mom, I couldn't listen to my own daughter. I hate to say it. I would have to get that out of her. I'm like, whoa, stop. Before you sit down at this table and eat dinner with us, I want you to be conscious of everything you say and how you say it. I don't want to hear you talking about today at school. You know that drives daddy crazy. You know that drives him crazy. So I will ignore everything you say. If you keep talking like that, I'm going to get that out of you. Unreal.
Any president in history. I had no idea he was a terrorist. That was not part of what I was fed growing up as an Obama kid.
Do you think Fordham?
Thank you, Dave Rubin. Punch that clown. Because that's what it makes you want to do listening to people like this. Punch a clown. You got to take it out on something. You got to take it out on something, man. Somebody said, make it stop. I mean, could y'all sit here and listen to me for 2 hours with me talking like that? Unreal, man. That's enough to make anybody break. I don't know what's worse. There's 3 things that you can use as torture methods. Kamala Harris's laugh. That one. No bass in the voice. I said no bass in the voice. That's another one.
So anyway, we was talking about, you know what, over here you see?
That would drive me nuts. And that little girl talking about whatever you want to know, I'll tell you. Those 3, imagine putting all of those together. I'll be sitting there like it's too much. Just put a bullet in my head, man. Can't take it no more. So let's hear another useful idiot.
Well, listen to you guys, and do you know even if Fordham does have a bunch of, relationships with Israel?
I would hope so. They do. They have a connection. They have a whole program dedicated into Tel Aviv and a college there. And my sign says everything I have to say. Ted Lowe is complicit.
That I probably didn't write myself. My sign says everything that I have to say. And it's like 4 words on there. 4 words on there. I'm supposed to go ahead and read that little short sign and say, all right, I'm convinced. Wow, she summed up everything, answered all my questions, got rid of all my doubts about it. Hon, let's go get a sign. We're going down there to stand in solidarity with the kids that are supporting something. But that sign explains it. We'll go ahead and but just jump right on board because of this. Boy, useful. And I mean 100% useful idiots.
What will you guys do when the police come right in here and, end up maybe handcuffing people and arresting them?
We'll do what we always done. We'll get arrested, just like the criminals in the subway. They're always right back out in 24 hours.
There you go. So the useful idiot ain't that much of an idiot because he knows where he is. He's like, you know what? We're going to do what we always do as useful idiots being used by evil people. We're going to go ahead, be agitators. Hopefully we'll get drug off somewhere, be a hero amongst the rest of the idiots as they sit back and say, what's your name? Take pictures of this. Look what's happening. And then they'll drag us into somebody's jail cell that will be ran by a raggedy, controlled prosecutor in an SO-ran Democrat city that's been already letting people go because they're controlled by Georgia the Jungle or others. And this guy is smart enough to recognize that. He has learned through observation that criminals aren't punished in Democrat SO-ran cities and had the nerve to reference the folks in the subway that Big Bucky Teeth Hochul was just talking, we're going to save and protect our students on campus, and we're going to make sure people in the subways are safe. Bucky Beaver, where all of these folks have been let out in the subway. And this guy right here is like, we're going to do what we always do. We already know what the deal is. Get arrested, go straight there and let us out. Hey, they be letting all those people in the subway. They let them out. Man, this is an embarrassment. If I was a DA in New York and I hear somebody say this, I would be going, man, they don't even fear me, man. They don't even respect me. I look stupid, man. The criminals already know, man, I ain't going to do nothing. They look horrible when the criminals like, man, dude, don't worry about it. We in New York. We already know how the crime roll here, man. We'll be out in a minute, right back in our tent. Okay, we'll be right back in our tent. Give me about 10 minutes. All right, I'll be right back.
This is ridiculous that guy knows that.
Well, Laura, things got incredibly violent for hours last night at UCLA. As a result, this encampment is now turtling up and trying to defend itself as if they're preparing for another.
They built cardboard boxes, guys. There it is. All right, is that a moat? There we go. So we got the moat. All right, there we go. Here's the drawbridge. Y'all see the drawbridge right there? There we go. You got the moat, and then they got their cardboard boxes up here that they think is reinforced steel in their heads. All right, get the boxes up there. That right there should keep out the police. All right, let's see what else.
Another potential siege. They've been putting up these wood pallets and plywood all afternoon long. They're
wasting their time. Wood pallets and plywood. All right, there we go. Let's put those pallets up there. I'm sure it'll take them about a good 3 minutes before they can penetrate. That should hold them off long enough for us to run back into our tents.
Tying it together and drilling it together with screws, basically preparing for any potential breach that could come, whether from counter-protesters or from police. But let's talk about last...
Breach! Man, I can high jump over that. Are you kidding me? I'll be like, guys, we're not going to waste the time breaking this down. Hold on, everybody stand back. The back bend right over there, land right in the grass. Did that guy just back? Did he high jump over that? Yes. It's only like, what, 6 feet or something? It's nothing. I high jumped in high school. I'm good. All right, come on, everybody. I'm in. Unreal, man. You might be able to triple jump over that. It's not even level. Look, there you go. All over the place. But these are adults. And in their mind, it makes sense. Yeah, they're fortifying, their territory right here. This seems like just a whole bunch of kids, man, at a daycare. That the whole staff said, we're going to go ahead and let them play Capture the King. All right, do you guys go take pillows and things and build the thing? And the teachers, we're going to pretend to invade your little castle, okay? Unreal. And then, okay, wait, no, Tibby. Go over and get some more blocks because that will stop them, okay? And then we should get some of these circles right here. And then this right here, these could be... It makes sense in the kid's mind. But these are adults. Adults. I probably could crawl under that. That's the bad part. Just find a little weak piece of wood. There you go. All right. My imagination, man. But that would be so funny to see them standing behind that wood ready to defend it with the black mask on and everything. All right, everybody get ready. I hear somebody outside the wall. What's this? Hey guys, how you doing in here? Hey, listen, are you guys finished playing Capture the Flag yet? We're gonna go, get out of here, you white nationalists. Why did somebody plug that hole up? Dang on it. So let's continue.
Tonight, because it was wild. Take a look at this video. It was nonstop anarchy, chaos, and violence for the better part of 2 hours without any kind of law enforcement interference. We're talking fist fights, people getting maced and pepper sprayed, fireworks being thrown around, sticks and plywood.
Look at all the tough activists right there
hitting each
getting beat
other
up
with skateboards, pretty much anything and everything you can imagine.
It looked like the folks with common sense finally got fed up with those people playing make-believe in the middle of the courtyard. And like, hey, police, are y'all going to do something about this? No? Okay, I mean, we'd like to go back to class and return back to normalcy. But these people right here got cardboard and stuff all up there, and they're occupying places where we normally enjoy it. So I tell you what, let's go and get them out of here ourselves. So it got physical?
As a weapon was being used last night. UCLA did not ask LAPD for help until over an hour of all this chaos. That resulted in injuries on both sides of this melee. Then you mentioned that Google document we obtained. Take a look at this. This is a list of needs that...
4th of July on campus. Boy, we're looking bad from other countries. Unbelievable. And they let it go too. And honestly, I might have been like my coach was in college, Coach Sherman Smith. Sometimes a fight will break out in practice amongst the defense and the offense, and he'd be like, oh, whoa, now, whoa, wait a minute, watch it now, reversal, wait, and after it's over, all right, man, I couldn't find my whistle. Just let it go to see how it all unfolds. Let the fight last for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then be, shoot, now look out, now, oh, man, getting fit, okay, that's enough, now, I couldn't find my whistle. I might have went ahead and be like, oh, don't wait, all right, hey, come on, guys, stop, no. Don't fight, no, what happened to your little sticks and your, no, defend it, you're hardcore protesters, stay in your ground as you're getting drug out of your cardboard boxes.
in your tents and roughed up.
People in this camp are requesting supplies they say they want. It includes vegan and gluten-free food.
Look at those tough terrorists. Look at those very tough activists. Now listen, we have demands. We want vegan and non-gluten food as we're sitting here in our pretend houses. And I said we want Evian water. That's what we want. We also want a manicure because we don't want to break our nails when we're sitting here pretending to play like we're roughing out and toughing it out in the middle of the courtyard. Okay, what else they want?
Super bright flashlights with strobe.
Yes, because we can't see in the dark. Okay, so we want some super, but not just the regular bright ones. We want super bright. Wait, how much that costs? Who's paying for this again? We want the university to pay for it, right? Okay, yeah. So we want you guys, just because we're communists and we're Marxists and stuff like that, we want other people to pay for our little protests and our little playtime that we have, our imagination. So go get us some super bright lights and stuff. We want balloons. We want some balloons too.
Rope and zip ties, helmets, shields, and wood.
Wow, sound like serial killers to me. Good grief. What are you talking about? Rope and zip ties. Y'all gonna be doing some hanging or something, or some resting? What the heck?
Knee pads and elbow pads.
For what?
Lotion, no sunscreen.
Lotion? What are we dealing with? Buffalo Bill? It puts the lotion on his skin or else he gets the hose again. So why you got zip ties? All of that mess, you need lotion. Put the lotion on your skin, lady.
And then goggles and gas masks. They all ask that it be BDS compliant. That means boycott, divestment, and sanctions. Essentially, don't give them anything that has anything to do with Israel. Lastly, take a look at this video.
Boy, I would send them a black eye. That's what I'd send them. Yeah, a little black eye. I'd be like, somebody go get me a black man with no eye. All right, somebody could pop their eye out. All right, here's a black eye. What is this? Open it up in a box. Oh, my God, it's a black eye. There you go. That right there is going to be all of you. You're all going to have black eyes. If y'all don't get out of those cardboard boxes and get home. Go on now, get.
Video we shot this afternoon. This is the size of the encampment here at UCLA. It has gotten considerably bigger. There are hundreds of people inside. So far, the school has taken a hands-off approach to this camp. They have not allowed local police to go in and clear it out yet, like what we saw at Columbia the other day, but we will see what happens in the days and nights ahead. And back out here live just a short time ago, the protesters in this encampment actually held a press conference where they complained that police didn't do enough last night to intervene and protect them.
Wait, the same pigs? The same white devils? The same police state that they were just talking about? They set up a police state, but now we need protection. Just like we need food brought in and water and stuff like that. Well, because, we're tough resistors and freedom fighters. There we go. Now, if you throw these privileged, dumb idiots out there in the Middle East where they really are protesting, and you put them in certain parts of Africa where these kids grow up constantly in combat and fighting, living out on the street, somewhere down in South America. I mean, do you think these folks would last a day? They're out here playing make-believe in the middle of a college Ivy League campus and really thinking we got to fortify this and make a fort and all of this stuff, and we demand we need water, we need lotion. You think the kids in Al-Qaeda and all of these, Calcutta, all of these other countries, you think they're sitting back talking about that? These dudes grow up and they were like 9 years old carrying AK-47s around, sleeping out there, giving choices between, let's get drugged up, we're going to kill your parents, now you got to be a part of a warlord crew. And here they are thinking they're freedom fighters. Hey, tough guys, tough girls. Hey, we done built us a library and we're not leaving. Hey, put some pieces of paper together and wrote on it too. How you like that? Hey, take that. They don't know what they're doing. They have no idea what they're doing. That's why this segment is called the Useful Idiot segment. And I mean, they are being used. So Yuri was correct. Could no longer come to sensible conclusions. All in their mind.
Well, one of the demands they're making is that all police be abolished and that UCLA cut all ties with LAPD. So they're trying to have it both ways.
You thought these college Hamas supporters were bad. Wait until the real ones are dumped in your neighborhood.
What?
Do you know how many people that the U.S. hopes to relocate? And secondly, given the challenges getting in and out of Gaza, will the U.S. assist in physically bringing Palestinians here?
I'll field this one, Black Gay. None. None. That's how many should be coming into our country. Zero. None. Do what we can from here. Send money or relief or supplies or whatever. And unfortunately, if Hamas intercepts it and takes it, hey, sorry, we'll keep sending it. We'll try. We'll do whatever we can. But what we can't do is bring a Trojan horse right into our country. But see, we got the dumb Dems. We got the dumb globalist Democrats running our country. And I cannot wait to get them out of power. No telling what danger they are willing to put our whole country in by making some of the dumbest political decisions you've ever seen. Dumb, man. Why would you even be considering this? Listen to what Laura Ingraham has to say.
We just don't have anything to announce at this time. We are constantly evaluating policy proposals to further support Palestinians who are family members of American citizens and may want to come to the United States. So we're evaluating it.
Well, while the White House evaluates it, think about this. According to a leading Palestinian research institute, 91% of Palestinians believe that Hamas did not commit any atrocities against Israeli civilians during its October 7th attack. Now,
But don't worry. I'm sure Mucus is going to be able to evaluate, assess, and screen that 9% that disagrees with Hamas. I'm sure we're only going to bring in the 9% who disagrees with Hamas, right? So 91%, the survey says, are looking at that and saying, I don't see what the problem was. What? Oh, yeah. Okay, well, and that's what we do, baby. Yeah, 91% of them. So how are we going to figure out which one of these people out of 100,000 or so they're talking about bringing here, which one of them are going, yes, I want to come to America. Thank you so much. Bring me to America. I don't support Hamas. It could be all Hamas in that crew. Every single terrorist that attacked them in Israel. We don't know. And they're not going to tell us. They're going to be like, yeah, I want to come, man. I'm scared. Scared for my life. This is absolutely crazy that they are considering this. Now, granted, I feel bad for those folks that might be stuck over there in a bad situation. But you don't try to solve a bad situation by creating another bad situation for the people you're responsible for protecting. You never have that type of acceptable risk. That's not an acceptable risk. Not at all. So you do what you can from afar if you're smart, but we ain't dealing with smart people. Unreal.
a lot of chants across the nation we've heard, but in recent months we've heard this one. Watch.
Oh, and they're in America. They're in America. Are they saying I love America? Oh, death to America. It should burn. Death to Israel. There you go. So we don't let fat Trojan horses right into our country. Right into our country. But don't forget though, white nationalism, extreme right-wing folks are the greatest threat to the homeland. And I have not heard one of us say death to America. Haven't heard one of us say death to Israel. Haven't heard one of us say to the river, to the sea. I haven't seen any of us set up cardboard boxes in cities and say, now this belongs to us. And y'all bring us some food and water, okay? And we ain't gonna let y'all go around. I ain't seen us do that. I ain't seen us set up the summer of love, take over a couple blocks in the middle of a city. Haven't seen that. But yet we're the greatest threat to the homeland. No, we're the greatest threat to the Democrats' power. So they will overlook the real threats to our country and create false threats about their political opposition just so they can stay in power. They're willing to put the whole country at risk and in danger to appease these folks who hate our country so they can get their votes perhaps. So look out there before you don't vote for us. We're bringing people in from Palestine. But let me understand, a lot of you say you don't even like America and you hate us. But we still want your votes though. We still want your votes. If you hate the country, I wouldn't want your vote. I would take your resignation. You want to forfeit your stay here in America, you can always go back. We'll sponsor that instead of flying a whole bunch of illegal immigrants into our countries. How about we fly a lot of the folks who say, death to America. We hate the country. Fly them out, along with all of these stupid, useful idiots who swear up and down America sucks and they're fighting for freedom over in Palestine. Fly them over there. Then you can get the real experience. You won't have to create a fake one. You won't have to create a fake one on these campuses right here. You'll get the real experience. But the biggest experience you'll get is the wake-up call that you've been nothing more than a useful idiot. When you're sitting there landing, get out off the plane with all of your, your rags around your head stuff. You're talking about we're finally going to meet Hamas. We're finally going to meet the folks we've been over there supporting and saying that free Palestine. I bet you they're going to meet us with nothing but hugs and assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam. We've been practicing that. All right, so what's the statement when they say wa assalamu alaikum? Okay, we got that. All right, everybody, look your best. Here they come. Wait a minute. Why do they have machetes? Wait a minute. This doesn't look like they're coming for love. I don't know. I'm sure that's not for us. It's for the Israeli occupiers, right? No? Okay, yes, I'm white, but I stand with you in solidarity. That would be the reality that would hit them. All those dudes talking about, okay, here they come, everybody, and then let's go ahead and start saying the chants that we memorized. And they go, wait a minute. We don't want you chanting with no bass in the voice. Oh, we watch Kevin from Kevin's Corner. He's hilarious. He always sings no bass in the voice. Listen, we think that's funny too, but still. Don't want you here with no bass in the voice. That's what would happen. But hey, they're useful idiots. So God bless y'all. God bless America. Man, I still didn't finish. Unbelievable. See, I tell you, I get carried away and start having too much fun, joking and laughing, and then I don't get finished. So I stopped here at, yet our dumb leaders want more refugees. I was going to get into that. But I'm not going to get a chance to get into that for tonight. I'm going to let y'all go ahead and enjoy your Saturday night. And who knows, I might go ahead and touch on some of it on Monday. And then we got to move on to some other topics that I need to touch on that too. So somebody said another great one, Kev. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of your participation. And I enjoy when you guys enjoy yourself. I enjoy when you guys laugh and have a good time, it makes me feel like we're all in this together because I catch myself cracking up at some of the stupid stuff that come out of my mouth too. So I appreciate that. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. Share my videos and follow me on the other platforms as well. So we have alternative ways to stay connected and communicate. Okay, if you want to support the channel, check out Kevin's Corner Store. Or you could just simply drop a couple bucks or something in my PayPal and my Cash App. That's always greatly appreciated as well. All right, with that being said, y'all, let's get ready to get out of here as we beat our chest. This is all city. Yeah, all state. Oh, got it. Ground ball throw. Yeah. God bless.